Hello, my voice is audible. My voice is audible.
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
okay. Thank you. Just we will wait for 2 minutes. Students are joining till now. Okay. So good afternoon to one and all. So today is our tutorial lecture. In that lecture, we will write down the tutorial questions. Okay. So how many tutorial we have covered till now? Can anybody tell me how many tutorial we have covered till now?
3 tutorials.
Okay. Everybody is having 3 tutorial question with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for that. So I hope everybody is having 3 tutorial question with you. Now what we will do, write down tutorial number 4 and write down is the question related to the tutorial number 4. Okay. So write down first question from the tutorial number 4, that is explain in detail explain in detail the typical AC power supply scheme. Explain in detail the typical AC power supply scheme. Okay, this is my question number first. Now write down the question number second. Question number second, explain in detail the comparison of explain in detail the comparison of overhead and underground system. Explain in detail a comparison of overhead and underground system by taking the reference of different parameters, by taking the reference of different parameters. Then question number third, compare AC and DC system, compare AC and DC system based on its advantages and disadvantages, based on its advantages and disadvantages. Sorry. The third question is that compare AC and DC system based on the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so this is the what I can say, the tutorial questions for this particular chapters. So just what you have to do, we will not require at this time now. Whenever what I can say, semester end is there, and whenever we will go for the submission, at that time you will require this all tutorials. Like what I can say, sheets you have to do same for the tutorials. पण जसं तुम्ही शीट साठी करताय तसंच तुम्हाला कशासाठी करायचं आहे, ट्युटोरियल साठी. व्हॉट I will give you one link for uploading the tutorial as well as the what I can say sheets there. So what you have to do in the particular tutorial, what I can say tutorial sheet, you have to upload your tutorial, and in the sheets you have to upload the sheets. Okay, that will be considered while giving the term work at the final. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस फायनलचं टर्म वर्क तुम्हाला देणार आहे त्यावेळेस आपण ते काय करणार आहोत, वी आर गोइंग टू कन्सिडर दॅट पार्ट. Okay, now today's lecture is the last lecture of our chapter number 4. Today we will going to finish this chapter number 4. Already we have covered all this point, but some of the students were not there, they have missed the important point. That's why we are going to take the lecture, or we are going to take the revision. But see, the revision is mostly expected from you people. It is not like that sir will going to tell all the points. It is expected from you people. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Okay, now see, as we have studied, now you also know that this we have studied, that is typical electrical power system. But one of the point that which we have studied, which is very very important, and many of the time it has been asked, that is this particular typical AC power supply scheme. Okay, so can anybody is there from your class who is able to explain this all scheme by seeing this particular diagram? Is it anyone? If it is wrong, then it is okay. I am not going to what I can say, we are just finding that how many of you got this properly, or how many of you not got this one. Okay, so anybody is there from your class who is going to explain this particular point, or who is going to tell this particular point by seeing the diagram? Okay, diagram बघायचे आहे आणि सांगायचंय. कोण आहे का तुमच्या क्लासमध्ये, सांगू शकेल का कोण? Is anybody is there who is eagerly ready to explain this particular point? सांगू शकते का? का मी नाव घ्यावं लागेल पर्टिक्युलर एखाद्या स्टुडंटचं, whether it is necessary, whether should I take the name? सिंपल आहे, या डिफिकल्ट काय सांगा. बर, पहिला पॉइंट कोण सांगते सांगा. जनरेटिंग स्टेशनचा पॉइंट कोण सांगते? हु इज गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन अस दी पॉइंट्स ऑफ जनरेटिंग स्टेशन. आपण मग डिफरंट पॉइंट पासून स्टार्ट करूया. रोल नंबर 3 धनश्री सांगू शकते का? जनरेटिंग स्टेशन, दी पॉइंट्स रिलेटेड टू दी जनरेटिंग स्टेशन. रोल नंबर 3 धनश्री.
सर ह्याच्या आधीचं लेक्चर नाही केलं मी.
दिस वी हॅव कवर्ड इन फर्स्ट लेक्चर, नॉट प्रिव्हियस लेक्चर. हे आधीच्या लेक्चर मध्ये आपण कव्हर केलेलं नाहीये, पहिल्याच लेक्चर मध्ये कव्हर केलं आहे या चॅप्टरच्या. See, you are telling that I have not attended the lecture. See, now you are having the teaching diary link with you. Your CC has forwarded that link on your WhatsApp group. Whether it is correct, or not. Okay, your CC has forwarded the group, the link of teaching diary on the WhatsApp. On that particular teaching diary, it is possible for you to see the YouTube video of each and every lecture. Then why you are not watching that particular video when you are absent? Dhanashri, why you are not watching that video when you are absent? Means it shows your negligence. It doesn't show the negligence of other people, it shows your negligence. Whether you have watched that video, Dhanashri? Whether you have watched that video on YouTube? No. See, this is my request to you people, is that whenever you are absent for every lecture, or you can say whenever you are absent for any lecture due to your what I can say genuine reason, which is the not avoidable, that time what you have to do, go to the teaching diary within 1 or 2 days, and there you can watch all the YouTube links of your video which is public one, so that you can watch it at any times. Don't say the reason that sir I was absent for this lecture, I don't know. How you can tell us this reason that I am absent for this lecture and I don't know? कसं काय सांगू शकताय तुम्ही हे reason? Okay, Dhanashri, whether you got this point? Roll number 3, Dhanashri, whether you got this point? So from here onwards, what you have to do, whenever you were absent for the lecture, that time what you have to do, you have to just go to you have to just watch the YouTube video which were uploaded on our YouTube channel of Power System first. Okay, hereafter such a negligence should not be accepted from you people. Okay, now who is going to tell us? Shruti सांगू शकते का? Roll number 1, Shruti.
Yes, sir.
What happens in the generating station?
In generating station, first of all, 11 kV voltage is produced.
Okay.
And it is with the help of step-up transformer, it is converted into 132 kV volt.
Correct. It is absolutely correct. But with the help of which device we are generating the 11 kilovolt AC voltage? With the help of which device we are generating it?
Three-phase alternator.
Correct. You can't say it is, just you can say AC you can say alternator, or you can say AC generator. Both meaning is same. So we have used the step-up transformer there. Okay. So in the generating station, what we are going to do is that with the help of generator, or you can say AC alternator, we are going to generate the 11 kilovolt AC voltage, and whatever this particular 11 kilovolt is there, that we are going to step up to the 132 kilovolt with the help of a step up transformer. Correct, absolutely correct. Okay, now who is going to tell us the primary transmission? कोण सांगू शकते? बघून सांगायचंय, न बघता सांगायचं नाहीये, चुकलं तर चुकलं. Who is going to tell us the primary transmission? Who is going to tell us the primary transmission? Dipali, roll number 12, whether it is possible to tell you the primary transmission? Dipali, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us the primary transmission? काय होतंय प्रायमरी ट्रान्समिशन मध्ये? कुठून ते कुठपर्यंत आहे प्रायमरी ट्रान्समिशन सांगा? दीपाली, इट्स व्हेरी सिंपल, नथिंग डिफिकल्ट इन दॅट. बघून सांगायचं आपल्याला, न बघता नाही. चुकलं तरी काय हरकत नाही. इफ इट विल गेट रॉंग, इट डझंट मॅटर फॉर अस, बिकॉज वी आर नाव इन लर्निंग स्टेज. वी आर नॉट ऍट दॅट मच परफेक्ट. आपण कुठेही परफेक्ट नाही, आपण लर्निंग स्टेज मध्ये आहे. आपल्याला काय करायचं, जस्ट फक्त एक्सप्लेन करायचंय.
11 किलोव्होल्ट पासून स्टार्ट होते ते 132 किलोव्होल्ट पर्यंत.
दॅट इज अप टू दी व्हॉट आय कॅन से जनरेटिंग स्टेशन. ते जे काय आहे ते जनरेटिंग स्टेशन पर्यंत आहे. पल्लवी, ऑलरेडी जे श्रुतीने सांगितलं ते काय सांगितलं, इन दी जनरेटिंग स्टेशन what it going to happen, whatever the generated voltage is there, 11 kilovolt generated voltage, we are converting, or what we are going to step up to the 132 kilovolt with the step up transformer. That is happened up to the generating station. After that, what it will happen, that comes into the primary transmission. So what comes into this particular primary transmission? काय ते प्रायमरी ट्रान्समिशन मध्ये? प्रज्ञा, रोल नंबर 6, whether it is possible to you to tell something about this particular primary transmission?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo.
The electric power at 132 kilovolt is transmitted by three phase.
Correct. Three phase, three wire system. Correct. No problem. So what it will happen? ते कुठे end होते? Primary transmission कुठे end होते? Where it is going to be end there? इथे दिसतंय, तुम्ही इथेच बघायचंय बघा, डायग्राम मध्ये बघायचंय, वेगळं असं काय करायचं नाहीये. डायग्राम मध्येच बघून सांगायचं आहे.
33 kilovolt.
ओके, रिसिव्हिंग स्टेशन पर्यंत आपण 132 किलोवोल्ट टू 33 किलोवोल्ट कसं करणार आहे? विथ द हेल्प ऑफ विच ट्रान्सफॉर्मर? 132 to 33. Correct. With the help of three-phase step down transformer, what we are going to do? We are reducing that particular 132 kilovolt to the 33 kilovolt up to the receiving station. Now, who is going to tell us about the secondary transmission? Is it possible for anyone to tell about this one? Rutuja, roll number 13, Rutuja. Can you tell us about the secondary transmission? What it will happen in the secondary transmission?
Shall I, sir?
Okay, go forward. Go forward.
Secondary transmission at the receiving station, the voltage is reduced to 33 kilovolt by
Correct.
step down transformer.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. पुढं हे रिसिव्हिंग स्टेशनला झालं. आता आपल्याला काय सांगायचंय? वी हॅव टू गो फॉर दी सेकंडरी ट्रान्समिशन. सेकंडरी ट्रान्समिशनला काय होते बघा, व्हेर इट इज देअर. सेकंडरी ट्रान्समिशन कुठं आहे माझं? व्हेर इट इज देअर सेकंडरी ट्रान्समिशन, हिअर इट इज देअर. सो यू हॅव टू टेल अबाउट दिस वन, that is secondary transmission.
33 kilovolt is converted into 11 kilovolt.
Okay, correct. But up where? Up to where? Up to where?
Substation.
Correct.
Substation.
Absolutely. Substation. Okay. With the help of which transformer we are doing this one? 32 to the 11 kilovolt.
Step
Step
down.
Step down.
Correct. Absolutely correct. With the help of this particular secondary transmission. Secondary transmission कुठल्या वायरने होते? Whether 3-phase 3 wire or 3-phase 4 wire system is used.
3-phase 4 wire.
Secondary transmission, not I am talking about secondary distribution.
Sorry, sir. 3-phase 3 wire.
Correct. Secondary transmission, it is going to be happened with the 3-phase 3 wire system. Okay. Now, who is going to tell us about this primary distribution? आता secondary transmission झालं. Now what we are going to do about the next is nothing but the primary distribution. So into the primary distribution, what it will happen? बघा सबस्टेशन पासून पुढं काय होणार आहे, अप टू दी 400 किलोवोल्ट जे काय असेल ते प्रायमरी डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आहे. कोण सांगते प्रायमरी डिस्ट्रीब्युशन काय असणार आहे? Who is eagerly waiting for telling this one? हा तुमच्या मनाने सांगा, ज्याला येते त्यांनी व्यवस्थितरित्या सांगा. नो प्रॉब्लेम फॉर द मी. Just I will require some elaboration on this particular point. रोल नंबर 5 पल्लवी येते का सांगता? रोल नंबर 5 पल्लवी. Whether my voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
What it will happen into the primary distribution? Can you tell us about that one?
11 kilovolt is converted into 400 volt by step up transformer.
Step up or step down?
Step down.
That is important. 11 kilovolt 400 volt झाल्यावर स्टेप अप ट्रान्सफॉर्मर तिथे आपण यूज करणार नाही. We are using that step down transformer there from substation to the distribution station. That is important. That is nothing but the what we can say primary
Distribution.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And who is going to tell last secondary distribution? Very simple one. Secondary distribution तर एकदम easy आहे. कोण सांगताय? Who is going to tell me secondary distribution? कोण आहे का बॉयज मध्ये? Who is eagerly ready to tell us? रोल नंबर 38 महेश सांगते का? महेश आवाज येतोय का? Whether my voice is audible up to you, Mahesh? Roll number 38. Harshavardhan, roll number 20. Whether my voice is audible to you? Audible to you? I know very perfectly who are listening and who is not listening one. कोण सांगते गर्ल्स मध्ये? Who is going to tell us about the secondary distribution? तुम्ही मनाने सांगा, कोणाला येते त्यांनी सांगा. No one is there? So I will tell you, in the secondary distribution what happened? We are going to distribute that particular electricity to this particular consumer, okay, to the consumer premises. So with the help of, whenever we are going to carry out this particular secondary distribution, okay, so secondary distribution is carried out by how many phase, how many wire system? This
3
is
phase,
the-
4 wire.
Correct. Absolutely. The secondary distribution is carried out with the help of 3 phase 4 wire system. The voltage between any two phases, how much it is?
400.
Correct. It is of for 400 volt, and one phase and neutral, how much it is?
230.
Correct.
30.
Absolutely correct. This is very important because many of the time the question related to this particular point is going to be asked into the examination. Okay. So see, this is the typical AC power supply scheme. लक्षात घ्या, whatever means the intention behind telling this particular is that whenever we are going to, what I can say, giving this particular or whenever we are going to uploading this all particular videos on YouTube, the meaning, or you can say the intention behind this particular is that those students who are unable to, what I can say, listen the lecture, or who were unable to attend the lecture due to the genuine problem. There may be genuine problem is there, what I can say, range issue is there, connectivity issue is there. Okay, so that student, they have to look all this particular video which is uploaded on the YouTube, and they have to understand, and if any doubt is there, they have to ask that particular doubt to that particular subject teacher. Okay, now it's a responsibility of every student that they have to go and watch this particular video. Which one? This typical AC power supply scheme video. Then after that, overhead and underground system and comparison between AC and DC system. Okay, so see, this is the typical AC power supply scheme. Now we have covered this one also, but we will take the revision on this particular point. Okay, so this is nothing but the comparison of AC and DC system. So we will start with the AC system. So can anybody tell us which is the foremost advantages of AC system is there as far as the advantage is concerned? कोण सांगू शकते का? Advantages of AC system. अरे don't sit at like blankly. सांगा, कोण सांगताय? Go fast, don't wait for me. Those who are getting it, please tell us fastly, so that we will get clear idea about this one, the advantages and disadvantages. We have to cover this one also, and we have to cover previous point also. So go fastly. Pramod, roll number 23. Is it possible for you to tell us the advantage? Which is
Yes.
foremost advantage? Tell us.
AC voltage can be stepped up or down as per the requirement by transformer.
Correct. This is the one of the important advantages related to the, what I can say, AC system, that whatever the AC voltage is there, that is stepped up or stepped down as per the requirement with the help of one of the device. We can say it is nothing but the transformer. Got it, everyone? Everyone? Okay. Now tell us the next advantages also by seeing it on the particular screen. Who is going to tell us? Just you have to read this one.
Power can be generated at higher voltage.
Correct. Whatever the
Power can be generated at higher voltage.
correct. Whatever the power generated, that can be generated at the higher voltage. Okay. As you know that why it is possible? This is possible with the help of one device. This is nothing but the transformer, which works only on AC. Another advantage, can anybody tell us?
AC substation maintenance is easy and cheaper.
Correct, absolutely. Whatever the AC substation there, whose maintenance is very, very easy and cheaper. Okay, these are the advantages. Now, who is going to tell us the disadvantage? Disadvantage. वाचूनच सांगायचं आहे, वेगळं असं काय करायचं नाही. Just all it is present in front of you, you have to revise it, all these things.
Require more copper than DC.
Correct, absolutely. Require more copper than DC. Can anybody justify that reason? I have already told you why that copper has been required more.
At high voltage असल्यामुळे.
Yes, that is also correct. It doesn't matter, but I have given you another reason why that copper requirement is more. See, as far as AC system.
Number of conductors.
Correct, absolutely. How many conductors were there in the, as far as the AC transmission is concerned, or as far as AC is concerned, how many there? three and one neutral is there. But as far as DC is concerned, one phase and one neutral is there. So how, which system require obviously more copper? Which system?
AC.
Correct.
AC.
So the AC system will require more copper. Okay. Now next, who is going to tell us the next disadvantage?
Presence of skin effect.
Correct. Presence of skin effect. This is also a one of the important, what I can say, that's why there some losses were there which is present into the what I can say AC system. ओके, म्हणजे सपोज जे काही लॉसेस होत आहेत एसी सिस्टीम मध्ये बऱ्यापैकी ते कशामुळे होत आहे, दीज आर ड्यू टू दिस पर्टिक्युलर स्किन इफेक्ट. ओके, स्किन इफेक्ट मुळे जे काय आहेत ते बरेचसे लॉसेस होत आहेत. नाउ नेक्स्ट हू इज गोइंग टू टेल डिसएडवांटेज? It is in front of you on your screen, and this is also a major disadvantage of this particular AC system. काय आहे?
AC line has a capacitance, therefore there is continuous loss due to charging current.
Correct. See, as I have already told you, as far as DC system is concerned, only which parameter is present there into the DC system? Whether capacitance is there into the DC? No. So what happens in the AC system? Not only the resistance, but also inductance and capacitance is also present into the AC system. So what happens? Due to this, whatever the capacitance is there, which is present into the DC system, there is a continuous loss. But why this loss is going to be happen? Because the loss going to be happen due to the charging current, which is required for the charging of the capacitor. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of DC system. Now we will move towards the DC system. So can anybody tell us the advantages of DC system? Go forward. Yabaji, roll number 44, whether voice is audible? Tell us the advantage now.
DC system requires 2 conductors as compared to 3 for AC transmission.
Correct. DC system only requires the true conductors, but as far as our particular, what I can say, AC system is concerned, we require 3, or if we can consider 3 and 1 neutral. Okay, so how many? Obviously, whatever the conductor requires for the DC is obviously less as compared to the AC. Correct. Next, Yabaji, next. You can go for next.
There is no inductance, capacitance, such problems in DC transmission.
Correct. As you know that what I have already told you is that what obviously in the DC system there is only one parameter or only one element is present, which is nothing but the resistance. So inductance is not there, capacitance is not there. So whatever the problems associated with this particular inductance and capacitance, which is automatically get eliminated. Okay, then next, third one. Next, third one. Someone.
There is no skin effect in a DC system, as well as line has less corona
loss. Correct. Whatever the skin effect is there, that is less in the DC system, and the corona loss is also less. Okay. बऱ्याचशा लोकांना आता हा वर्ड खूप बाहेर झालेला आहे, corona, but that this word is not that corona now which we are facing now. This corona word is different. Okay, I will show you how exactly that what I can say corona loss is there. Okay, means whenever we will teach last chapter, that is nothing but the mechanical design of overhead transmission line. That time I will actually show you the picture how that loss is going to be happen, so that you can understand it. Okay, now these are the what some of the advantages of DC system. Now we will go with the disadvantage. So who can tell us this one of the major disadvantage of DC system? foremost and major advantage I want. Foremost and major disadvantage of DC system. What is that one? हे आपण ऑलरेडी स्टडी केलंय, तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, बट यू हॅव नॉट गोइंग टू टेल अस. हा, कोण सांगताय? किती सिंपल आहे.
The DC switches and circuit breakers have their own limitations.
करेक्ट. म्हणजेच काय, डीसी जे काय डीसीचे स्विचगेअर इक्विपमेंट आहेत, स्विचगेअर इक्विपमेंट म्हणजे काय, जे प्रोटेक्शन साठी लागतात, त्याला त्यांचे लिमिटेशन्स आहेत, कारण त्यांची कॉस्ट काय जास्त आहे. बरोबर आहे. पण जो मला मेजर डिसएडव्हान्टेज पाहिजे डीसी सिस्टीमचा, तो सांगा. विच इज द मेजर डिसएडव्हान्टेज ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर डीसी सिस्टीम?
The DC voltage cannot be stepped up for transmission of power at high voltages.
Correct. We cannot step up or step down the DC particular voltage as per our requirement at higher voltage. Why it is not possible? Can anybody justify that reason why it is not possible? Why it is not possible? का पॉसिबल नसेल? कोण सांगते का? Why it is not possible? अरे सिंपल रिझन आहे यात. डिफिकल्ट काय आहे का असं सांगा बरं आता तुम्ही. यात डिफिकल्ट असं काय आहे का? का पॉसिबल नसेल? बिकॉज देर इज नो प्रेझेन्स ऑफ ट्रान्सफॉर्मर देअर. Transformer is not going to work on the DC, it is going to work on AC only. So it is not possible for us to step up and step down that particular transformer voltage. So it is not possible indirectly to step up or step down that particular transmission of power at a higher voltage. Got it this point? हा, कळलंय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
हा, ते लक्षात ठेवा. हा मेजर डिसएडव्हान्टेजेस आहे. लक्षात घ्या, कुठलंही ज्यावेळेस आपण एखादा पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन करतो ना, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही आता इथून तुम्ही कधी ऍक्च्युली तुम्ही यू हॅव नॉट व्हॉट आय कॅन से एक्सपिरियन्स्ड दी ऑफलाईन ओरल. तुम्ही अजून तुमची ऑफलाईन ओरल आजपर्यंत कधी एक्सपिरियन्स केली नाही, कारण जेव्हापासून तुम्ही जॉईन झालेला आहात यू आर इन दी ऑनलाईन मोड. सी दिस स्मॉल क्वेश्चन इज गोइंग टू बी आस्क्ड इन टू दी एक्सटर्नल ओरल एक्झामिनेशन, जे आपल्याला युनिव्हर्सिटी कडून एक्सटर्नल येतो पर्टिक्युलर सब्जेक्ट साठी. ते एक्सटर्नल हे स्मॉल क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला विचारतात. आता हे माहितच पाहिजे. काय माहित पाहिजे? तुम्ही काय म्हणताय? इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अस टू स्टेप अप दी व्होल्टेज at a high level for this DC system, but they will directly ask why. You are saying, but why? You should know the reason of each and every question is that it is possible. It is not possible because obviously the transformer is not going to work on the DC. The transformer is going to work on the AC. Okay, got this point? Now see, we have covered almost this all points, that is advantages, disadvantages. Okay, now just in one or two sentence I want explanation. हे ऑलरेडी झालेलं आहे, मला फक्त 2 सेंटेन्स मध्ये एक्सप्लेनेशन पाहिजे. कशाचं जास्त आहे, कशाचं कमी आहे. हा, फॉर प्ले क्वेश्चन कुणाचं इझी फाइंड आउट करू शकताय, कुणाचं डिफिकल्ट आहे फाइंड आउट करायला? पटपट पटपट सांगा. डोंट वेस्ट द टाइम देअर. आता हे तर लगेच सांगता आलं पाहिजे, आपण हे ऑलरेडी कव्हर केलेलं आहे. whom it is possible for us to find out the fault location easily and for whom it is difficult?
In overhead system, it is easy to find location of fault, and in underground system, it is
difficult.
Cable is not visible. That is why it is difficult to find the location of fault.
Correct, absolutely correct. Okay. Next, initial cost. Whose initial cost is more and whose initial cost is less? Tell directly, fast.
In overhead
Sang.
system, initial cost is less. In underground system, initial cost is more.
Correct. Okay. As far as the initial cost is concerned, the cost of overhead system, initial cost is less, but the cost of underground system is more. Okay. Now, who is going to tell next point? Chances of fault. In which system it is more and in which system it is less?
In overhead system, the chances of faults are more, and
Okay.
underground system, less chance of fault.
Correct. Absolutely. As far as overhead system is concerned, chances of faults are more, underground system less. Then safety. Who is more safer and who is less safer? Boys, you just reply. You are not replying anything. You are not just sitting here for attendance. Whose system, which system is more safe and whose system is less safe? Can anybody tell us?
Underground system is more safe than overhead.
Correct.
Overhead system.
Underground system is more safe than the overhead system. Then useful life. Tell me how many years were there useful life for underground and overhead system? सांगा आता इथे written in there.
Useful life of overhead system is 20 to 25 years, and useful life of underground system is 40 to 50 years.
Correct. It is absolutely correct. Overhead system 20 to 25, underground system 40 to 45. Okay. Then appearance. Which system is appearance is good and which system appearance is not good? Shruti, go for it. Which system appearance is good and which system appearance is not good?
In overhead system, the general appearance of this system is not good because all lines are visible.
Correct.
In underground system, lines are not visible. That is why its appearance is good.
Correct. Absolutely correct. No problem with that one. Okay. Then maintenance cost. Which system maintenance cost is less and which system maintenance cost is more?
In overhead system, maintenance cost is less, and in underground system, maintenance cost is more.
More, correct. In overhead system, maintenance cost is less, and in underground system, maintenance cost is more. Next, flexibility. So which system is more flexible? Which system is less flexible? Boys, now it is expected from you. Sanga, boys.
Overhead system is more flexible than underground system.
Correct. Overhead system is more flexible than the underground system. Why? Because we can easily expand the overhead system as compared to the underground system. Okay. Next, we have covered all this point also. And last, application. Proximity effect. ते तर तुम्हाला ज्यावेळेस आपण लास्ट चॅप्टर आपण कव्हर करू त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला ते समजेलच की प्रॉक्सिमिटी इफेक्ट कुठे जास्त आहे कुठे कमी आहे. ओके. But application, now who is going to tell us the application where we are using overhead system and where we are using underground system? कोण सांगते? पल्लवी सांगा. रोल नंबर 2. Pallavi, whether voice is audible?
Yes, sir. In overhead line, the cost of the system is low. Therefore, overhead lines used in the long transmission system and in rural areas for the distribution system.
Correct. And for underground?
Because of high cost, it uses in short distance and in populated areas where space is a major problem for the overhead transmission line.
Correct. Absolutely. हे लक्षात राहू द्या. जे की आपली application आपण म्हणतोय, whatever the application we are telling, you have to just remind all this application because this is the very important. Okay. So see, as we have completed all our 4 chapter from this our particular power system 1. Now only 2 chapters were remaining. Now from next lecture, obviously we have covered all revision related to this chapter. Only 3 to 4 points are there in this chapter. Okay. So from the next lecture onwards, we will going to start the chapter number 5. It is also require 4 to 5 lecture, not more than that. But whatever the last chapter were there, whatever the last chapter is there, I can't say where, whatever the last chapter is there, no, that is very big chapter, because lot of theory content is there, a lot of problems is also there in that particular what I can say part. Okay, so that is very vast chapter as far as the section second is concerned. And still those who have not completed the sheets drawing, they can draw the sheet, because nowadays you are having time in your hand. तुमच्या हातात टाइम आहे त्यामुळे तुम्ही ते करताय. पण ज्या वेळेस एकदम लास्ट पॉइंटला सगळेच एकदम ज्या वेळेस सबमिशन सांगतील, whenever all the person will going to tell you submission at a time, okay, so it is not possible for you to do that submission within this particular stipulated period. So now you are having time in your hand, so whatever the completion given by your respected faculty, do it as early as possible. Okay, now I have given that sheet before how many days ago? I think before 1 month ago I have given all the sheets. Okay, so just if you can draw one figure in 1 day, then it is possible for you to finish all these points. ओके, म्हणजे एका दिवशी एक जरी फिगर ड्रॉ केली तरी तुम्ही अजून सुद्धा तुमचं ते काय म्हणतो सबमिशन इझिली होऊ शकते. So what is my expectation from your side is that you should complete all these things within a stipulated period of the time, so that you will get maximum time for the completion of remaining all, I can say, all subject submission. Because now if you are considering the machine subject, you have to draw the, or you have to write the journal. Then if you are considering EMI subject, you have to write the journal. Then if you are considering the C++, you have to solve the programs there. Okay, if you can consider EDC1, then also you can go for that one. So what we have to do, just complete it within a before a deadline, so that what it will happen, whatever your portion or whatever the your stress is there at the time of submission, that will get reduced, and it is easily possible for you to do that all these things. Okay, so just wait, I will take attendance. Okay,